Well, welcome. So we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work today in class. So please have a dowel handy. And let's begin on our backs. Blocks are always useful. And in fact, when you come to your back, have a block within reaching distance. Can you go lay down, please? Hi. So taking a few moments when you arrive just to settle in and find your breath. You're welcome to take some movement here. Just becoming aware of how the body feels at this moment in time. And then as you come to stillness, starting to notice the parts of the body that are in contact with the earth. And then also noticing the aspects of the body that are lifted away from the earth. So you start to notice the negative space. Using the breath to expand the torso in an effort to decrease the negative space. So any movement that occurs is related to the breath. It's passive in essence. With the knees bent, soles of the feet on the earth, reach the right arm to the ceiling. Palm of the hand turns in, and then slowly lower the arm towards earth above the head. It doesn't have to come all the way down. And then lift the arm, lower it towards earth in the other direction. Yeah, by the hip. Take a few rounds on your own. Try to at first notice how the movement of the arm impacts the spine, how the movement of the arm impacts the negative space between the body and the earth. And then see if you can decrease that impact. Continue to move the arm. I'm going to ask you to explore one change. Extend your right leg out long, keeping the left sole of foot on the earth, just reaching through the right leg. Noticing how this changes the movement of the arm. And then lowering the arm to the earth next to the right hip. Rebend the right knee, bringing the sole of the foot to the earth, and just pause. We will take the second side. So reaching the left arm to the ceiling, and then lowering the arm towards earth above the head, lifting it to the ceiling, lowering it to earth next to the left hip. Again, noticing how the movement of the arm impacts the spine, impacts the negative space between the body and the earth. After a few rounds, starting to figure out what you can do to decrease the movement of the torso, the spine, the negative space. So what do you have to do to lessen the impact? And if you choose, you can extend that left leg out long, noticing how this changes the movement. Notice how it changes sensation. Notice how it changes effort, the effort that may be required. And then returning the left arm to the earth next to the hip, you can bend the left knee, bringing the sole of the foot to the earth. Just taking a breath or two here. So noticing how these movements have again impacted the spine. When you're ready, find your pelvic tilts, tucking and untucking the tailbone. Moving slowly, moving with intention. Really looking to articulate the spine. Noticing the amount of effort through the legs, effort through the belly. When you're ready, using your pelvic tilts to find your hip bridge. So curling up, lifting the hips, and then rolling down. Take a few rounds with the arms on the earth next to side body. So the fingertips are kind of reaching out long in the direction of the toes. Continuing to lift and lower. As you're ready, the next time the hips are lifted in the bridge, you're going to reach the arms overhead. So yeah, towards the ceiling, but then start to lower them towards earth. Continue with your pelvic tilts and hip bridges. Keep the arms reaching overhead. So they're on the earth or they're hovering off the earth. But then lower the hips and lift the hips. And in this shape, can you please move? In this shape, notice the point at which the arms need to lift off the earth as the hips lower. But with the hips lifted, really reach through the fingertips. The next time the hips are lifted, pause. Keep the hips lifted, the pelvis hovering at a height where you're not over efforting. You're going to feel the legs and glutes engage, but you're not going to exhaust yourself. From here, reach the arms to the ceiling and then lower them to the earth next to the legs. Reach the arms up, lower them to the earth above the head. This time around, as you move the arms, start to pay close attention to the movement of the shoulder blades as they glide on back body. Breathing through the nose. The next time the arms are on the earth above the head, you're going to pause, reaching through the fingertips. As slowly as you can, start to lower the pelvis to the earth. As you feel the arms wanting to lift, allow them to lift. The arms lift to the ceiling and then lower them to the earth next to the legs. Step your feet wide. Just let your knees rock from side to side. Allowing the pelvis to rotate here, allowing the spine to rotate. The next time your knees drop to the right, you're going to start to reach your left arm to the ceiling and then over towards the right arm. So you're rolling to right side. Reach through left fingertips and then return to the back. You're going to take that a few times just to right side. So the knees drop to the right, the left arm reaches across and over. Return to the back. Breathing through the nose. When you're ready, we will take the second side, allowing the knees to drop to the left, the right arm. You can reach the right arm up, or you can kind of curl it in, bringing the right hand to the right shoulder in front of the body, and then reaching across the body. So the knees drop to the left, and the right arm reaches across. Good. Take another round or two. And then returning to your back, reset the feet, find your dowel. We're just going to add a little bit more strength through the arms here. So you're going to clasp the dowel in the hands, push it to the ceiling, and then imagine you're breaking the dowel in half. So it's an external rotation of the arm bones. You're going to feel your thumbs pressing up into the dowel. You're going to feel your pinkies pressing down. And then bring your attention to your torso. Find your neutral spine. So you're inhaling to decrease the negative space, the open space between the low back and the earth, and then push the dowel to the ceiling. Pull your hands apart. So we're really finding strength through the arms. Slowly lower the arms towards earth above the head. Lift the arms to the ceiling. Lower the dowel towards the legs. So returning to this movement, but now the arms are very, very active. Breathing through the nose. The next time the arms lift to the ceiling to lower to the legs, you're going to tuck the chin and curl up. Push the dowel out over the knees. And then slowly lower shoulder blades, head. The arms lift as they lower towards earth. Press through the feet to lift the hips. We're going to do it again. The pelvis starts to lower. The arms begin to lift. The back of the head, the shoulders lift. You are pushing the dowel out over the knees. And then push through the feet. Lift the hips. Lower the dowel towards earth. Take a few more rounds on your own. Curling up rolling down, curling up, rolling down. The next time you curl up, you're going to pause, pushing the dowel out long. The head is tucked, the chin is tucked. Push your feet away from you to extend the legs. Use that energy to sit up. Good work. Find your table pose. When you arrive in table, just take some movement on your own. You can shift forward and back, circling through the hips, breathing through the nose. Pressing through the hands, take a few rounds of cat and cow, keeping the arms and legs still. So really find the effort to stabilize the arms and legs and move the spine between those points. Pausing in your cat pose, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, shift your hips to your heels, and then pull yourself forward. Take a few rounds like that. Push yourself back, pull yourself forward, using the arms to move the body. The next time you come forward, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the sits bones, shift yourself back, pull yourself forward. Maintain your cow pose, the arched spine the whole time. The next time you come forward, pause. Keep your gaze lifted, but then tuck your tailbone, pull your belly in. Find spinal flexion with lifted gaze. We're then going to drop the head, tuck the chin, lift the sits bones, drop the belly. So you're in spinal extension, cow pose with a tucked chin. Switch this, round the spine, lift the gaze. Arch the spine, tuck the chin. One more time, round the spine, lift the gaze, drop the belly, arch the spine, tuck the chin. Releasing this, move however you need to move to release tension. Shift your weight to the left, circle around your right hand. Try to bring every aspect of the hand to touch the earth, first in one direction. Reverse the direction. Bring the right hand down. Let's switch sides, circling around the left hand, first in one direction. Reversing the direction. Bring the left hand down, extending out through the right leg. Circle around the right foot. Pushing the foot down into the earth. Reversing the direction. With toes curled, push yourself forward, pull yourself back. Can you resist this with the arms? So just increasing the load. And then pause, pressing down through the hands, pressing down through the ball of the right foot. Try not to let the head drop. Just lift and hover the left knee. Breathing here. Left knee comes down. Right knee comes down. We'll take the second side, circling around the foot. Reversing the direction. And then pausing, pressing through the foot to push yourself forward, pull yourself back. Maintain neutral spine. And then can you resist with the arms, pressing the hands down a little bit more strongly? Pausing with the toes curled, try not to let the head drop. Push through the hands, push through the foot, lift and hover the right knee. Lower the right knee, lower the left knee. Track down your blocks. With toes curled, lift and lower the knees. Pressing down through the hands, rocking on the feet. Working to take weight out of the hands as you maintain control here. Lifting the knees, drop the heels, lift the hips, come into a forward fold. You can take a little bit of movement. Gazing forward, find length. Start to circle the knees. You can have hands on the blocks. You can also bring your hands to your thighs, sitting the hips back a little bit further. Reverse the direction. Good. Pressing down through the feet, return the hands to the blocks. Shift forward to lift the heels, coming to the balls of the feet. With the heels lifted, bend the knees. Good. And lift the knees. Let's take that a few times. Heels are lifted, bend the knees, drop the hips. Lift the hips, extend the legs. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Bring the blocks forward to lower the knees to the earth. Bring the blocks underneath the hands here. Again, you can take a little bit of movement when you arrive. And then set yourself up in a still table pose. Neutral spine. Imagine one of the cues that I was exposed to recently, which I think is really interesting and you can consider, is imagine you're trying, as you breathe, your attention is on your torso. You're trying to take the wrinkles out of the body, front and back side of the body. So can you expand equally? The spine is in neutral. If you move towards a flat spine, you'll increase the wrinkles in the belly. And if you move more towards spinal extension, you'll increase the wrinkles on back body. So how do you decrease the wrinkles? Holding here, curl your toes, lift and hover your knees. Breathing through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Lower the knees to the earth. Maintain neutral pelvis as you push through the left hand. Bend your right elbow. Pull it to the ceiling. Rotate to the right. Return the right hand to the block. Push through the right hand. Bend the left elbow. Rotate to the left. Return the left hand to the block. Push. This time, if you want, bring the block with you, rotating open to the right. You can adjust how you hold the block if need be. Push down through the right hand, grab the block with your left hand, pull the left elbow up. One more time on each side. Push through the left hand as you pull the right elbow up. Push through the right hand, pull the left elbow up. Block comes down, press through both hands equally. Last time, curl the toes and hover the knees. Breathing here, neutral spine. Can you take the wrinkles out of front and back body? Very nice. Bring the knees to the earth. You're going to step your right foot to the right. Toes are turned out. Shift into the right leg and shift back. Breathing through the nose. Good. Shifting back, stacking your hip over your left knee. Think about pulling your right heel to your left knee to your right heel. Again, we're going to rotate, push through the left hand, pull the right elbow to the ceiling, return the right hand to the block, pull the left elbow to the ceiling. Do it again. If you want, you can bring the blocks with you. Pull the right elbow up. Block comes to the earth, pull the left elbow up. Last time, push down through left hand, pull the right elbow up. Right hand comes down, pull the left elbow up. Left hand comes down, push through the feet, come to upright. Take some movement here, shift into the left leg and shift back. As you move, if your dowel has rolled away, try and get it within an easy reach. Good. I'm going to just rest the dowel on my leg so it's nice and close. Find your pelvic tilts, tucking and untucking the tailbone. And then pause. In this shape, can you find that expansion that takes the wrinkles out of front and back body? Pull your right heel to your left knee. Pull your left knee to your right heel. You're going to reach the arms out in front of you. Imagine you're breaking the dowel in half and then pull the hands apart. We're going to rotate again to the right, rotate to the left. And again, to the right, to the left. One more time, to the right and to the left. Bring the dowel in front of you. Decrease the effort in the legs just enough so that you're still upright, but you're not over efforting. Find your scapular circles. Push the dowel forward, lift the shoulders, pull back, down and forward. Keep pulling the hands apart. Breathing through the nose, reverse the direction. Good. Push the dowel forward, lift above the head. Push the dowel forward and down. Good. Do it again. Push forward and up, forward and down. Start to increase the effort in the legs. Pulling your right heel back to your left knee. Push up and pause. Let's find a side bend here. So pull with the right hand, pull with the left. Do it again. Pull with the right, pull with the left. Last time, pull with the right, pull with the left. Good. Coming up to neutral, slowly lower the dowel all the way to the earth. Hinge forward, hands come down. You're just going to step the right leg back. And then step the left foot to the left, where we'll take the second side, shifting into the left leg and shifting back. Breathing through the nose. Good. Stacking the hips over the knee. We're going to rotate. So first, press down through the right hand, pull the left elbow to the ceiling, rotate to the left. The left hand returns to the block. You're going to push, rotate to the right. Do it again. Right hand comes to the block. This time, feel free to bring the block with you as you rotate to the left. Hand comes down, rotate to the right. One more in each direction. Rotate to the left. Hand comes down, rotate to the right. Bring the right hand down. Push down through the feet. Come to upright. When you arrive, take some movement. Maybe use this time to find your dowel. Good. Stack the hips over the back knee. Find your pelvic tilts. So notice how the movement of the pelvis impacts your ability to take the wrinkles out. You're going to pause, take a moment to find that equal expansion. And now we're drawing the left heel towards the right knee, squeezing in, grab your dowel, pull, imagine you're breaking the dowel apart. Now think about squeezing the hands together. Find your scapular circles. Breathing through the nose. Squeezing the hands in, reverse the direction. And then push forward, pull your hands apart, pull more strongly with the left, resisting with the right. Pull with the right, resisting with the left. Good, and again. Strong through the legs here. Coming back to neutral, decrease the effort in the legs just enough to push forward and up, push up and down. Feel how the shoulder blades move on back body. The next time the arms are lifted, pause, pull with the right, find a side bend, lateral flexion to the right. Good. To the left, to the right. Think about pulling your left heel to your right knee to left heel. Good, last time to the right. And come up, lower the dowel, all the way to the earth. Hinge forward, bring the hands down. Step the left leg back. Take a little bit of movement here. We're going to do one more variation in this shape of scapular circles. You can, if you're having any shoulder issues, just keep your knees on the earth. But if you're ready to increase the challenge, you can hover the knees, find your scapular circles here. So we push down through the hands, spread the shoulder blades, lift the shoulders to the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Two more in that direction. And then reversing the direction. Breathing through the nose. The knees can come back down at any point in time. As you're ready, lower the knees, shift the hips back, take a few breaths in a child's pose. Feel free to take some movement. As you're ready, make your way to your belly, coming all the way forward. Bring the hands to the earth underneath the shoulders. The elbows are lifted high. Take a few shoulder circles here. So the front body is on the earth. There's little to no load in the arms and shoulders. You can increase the load by pressing down through the hands. Reverse the direction when you're ready. And then pause, hover the palms of the hands off the earth. Right now, your upper arms are in extension, meaning the elbows are behind the body. We're going to just explore extension right now, not flexion, which is when the arms go above the head and forward and above the head. So let the hands hover. And now try not to let the hands touch the earth. Just reach them straight back. Palms of the hands flip to the ceiling. Good. Push them up. Yes. And now point the fingertips down towards earth. Start to bend the elbows so the palms of the hands Come back underneath the shoulders. They hover off the earth. Good. Do it again. Reach the arms straight back. Push the palms of the hands to the ceiling. Start to feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Good. Fingertips down. Bend the elbows. Bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Good. Last one. Reach the hands straight back. Push the palms of the hands up. Press your feet down. Peel your head and chest off the earth. Find a back bend. Nice job. Think about reaching the fingertips towards the heels. Use that energy of reaching back to lift a little higher. Beautiful work. Lower chest and head, lower arms. Nice job. Yeah, take a few moments to rest. Reach your arms out like a T. Press the palms of the hands down to feel the shoulders lift away from the earth. And now hover the arms. Good. Make fists with the hands. Externally rotate the arm bones, which turns the eyes of the elbows towards your head. Internally rotate the arm bones. Good. You'll feel the tops of the shoulders roll down towards earth. Do it again. Externally rotate the arm bones. And internally rotate the arm bones. Externally rotate the arm bones and pause. You're going to open the palms of the hand. They also face above the head. Sweep the arms back. Do not rotate the arm bones. Just reach the arms behind you. Press down through your feet. Peel your head and chest off the earth, returning to your back bend. This is going to feel different than the last back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Again, reaching the fingertips back. Can you use that energy to lift the chest and head a little higher? Yes. And then lower all the way to the earth. Nice work. Yes. Feel free to take some movement. When you're ready, you're going to stack the hands underneath the head. Take a few breaths. Start to breathe into back body. Take the wrinkles out of the torso. Reaching back through the toes. Press your hips down, perhaps through more activation through the glutes. Lift your right toes back. Feel the foot lift off the earth. The right foot comes down. Reach the left toes back. Feel the foot come off the earth. Good. Continue on your own. The hips, the frontal hips, press down equally. So there's a little bit more hamstring effort to lift the leg. But think, as you do this, really think about reaching back, less about lifting. Taking another round or two on your own. As you're ready, reach back through both feet, lift both legs, press the hips down. Good, and lower. Take that 2 more times, reaching back through both feet, press the hips down and lower. Last time, reach back through both feet, press the hips down, lift the legs. If you'd like, you can adjust the placement of the hands or the arms to lift the head and chest off the earth. You can also keep the arms where they are. So you're coming into Shalabhasana, lifting the legs, lifting head and chest. Can you, in this lifted shape, breathe into back body? Take the wrinkles out of the low back. Good, and release. Nice work. Restack the hands, let the knees rock from side to side. Bring the hands to the earth underneath the shoulders. Elbows are lifted high. Move the breath into back body. Can you take the wrinkles out of the back? As you do so, you may start to feel your frontal hip bones begin to lift away from the earth. As they lift, can you press your knees down a little bit more strongly? Start to press your hands down into the earth. You're going to make your way right up into table pose, but try not to slither up. Can you push through the knees, lift the hips, lift the chest? Yes, simultaneously. Very good. Take a breath or two here. And then curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take some movement as you arrive. And then pause in a still downward facing dog. Let's again take a few moments to explore how would you breathe into the torso to take the wrinkles out of front end or back body. What would that look like? What would that feel like? Very good. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Take a few breaths in your forward fold. Allow the knees to bend, rolling to standing, stacking the vertebra. Shoulders, neck, and head are last to arrive. You're going to grab your dowel. And you're going to take a short split stance. So I'll turn this way. Your right foot is forward. Your left foot is back. And the majority of your weight is going to be in your right foot. So, if you needed to, you could lift your left foot. You're just kind of using the left foot as a kickstand. Start with a few rounds of pelvic tilts so that you can again find the shape where you can take the wrinkles out of front and back body. And then increase the effort in the legs. You're pulling your right heel back towards your left toes, pulling the left toes towards the right heel. Grab your dowel. Externally rotate the arm bones as if you're trying to break the dowel in half. Pull your hands apart, and then we're going to rotate first to the right and then rotate to the left. But keep the hips pointing forward. As you rotate to the left, you are not letting the pelvis turn. One more time to the right. This time, as you rotate to the left, you're going to swivel your left heel to the earth. Now the pelvis turns. So you're in an open, let me turn this way. Now you're in a short, open hipped stance, okay? Like a really short triangle pose or warrior two. Let's just experiment here with bending the knees and coming back up. Short stance, breathing through the nose. Good. Pause, pressing down through both feet. Find some pelvic swings, side to side. And then find the midway point where the pelvis feels level. You're pulling your right heel back, your left up. Yes, your right heel back towards your left heel towards right heel. Let's reach the arms above the head. We're going to find a lateral bend. So you're going to pull with your right hand, resist with the left. This does not impact the legs. Good. Pull with the right. With the left. Yes. So I'm sorry, I got my left and right confused. So start with pulling with the right, pull with the left. One more time, pull with the right, pull with the left. Coming back up, release the arms, take a longer stance. Move towards a warrior two shape. And then let's again bend the knees. and come back up. Bring both legs simultaneously to start. Good. And then bend your right knee, bend your left knee. And then settle in to your warrior two with the right knee bending. Let's reach the arms above the head. Pull the dowel in half. Pull your hands apart. Pull more strongly with the right. Pull more strongly with the left. Do it again. Pull with the right. Pull with the left. One more time. Pull with the right. Pull with the left. We're going to reverse our warrior. So you can release the dowel in the right hand, reaching the dowel towards earth. You can even use the dowel pushing down through the left hand as you reach up through right fingers. Breathing here. I'm going to bend my right knee a little bit more deeply to see how that changes sensation. And then coming out of it, extending the right leg. Sneak the back foot in to step forward. Good. Let's take that sequence on the second side. So your left foot steps forward. Your right foot is behind you. Short stance. Back heel is lifted. Take a few moments of pelvic tilts here. Tucking and untucking the tailbone. And use that to find the strength through the legs, the strength through the torso. If it is helpful for you to use that metaphor of taking the wrinkles out of the torso, do that. Grab the dowel, pull your hands apart, rotate first to the left, rotate to the right. Do it again, to the left, to the right, to the left. As you turn to the right, you're going to swivel the right heel to the earth. You can let the arms get heavy for a moment, bend the knees, and come up. So short stance, breathing through the nose. Good. Pressing down through the feet, extending the legs. Feel the glutes engage. You're pulling your heels towards each other. Reach the arms to the ceiling. And then it becomes lateral flexion, a side bend. Pull with the left. Pull with the right. Try to keep the legs and pelvis level. One more time. Pull with the right. Pull with the left. Good. Coming back up, release the arms. You're going to take a longer stance. So I think that in that last version, I was supposed to do a hip swing. So we're just going to explore it here. You can find a warrior two and then let the pelvis swing from side to side. And then bend both knees and come up. Good. And now bend your left knee, bend your right knee, shifting forward and back. And then we settle into our variation, your variation of warrior two. Reach the arms up, pull your hands apart, pull more strongly with the left, and then pull with the right, resisting with the left. Do it again. Pull and pull. One last time. Pull and pull. So finding a warrior, reverse warrior type shape. The dowel can come into the right hand. Press it down into the earth. Reach the left fingertips up. Maybe you bend your left knee a little bit more. Pressing down through the left foot, come back up, sneak your feet together. The dowel can come to the earth. Don't let it roll too far away. Take a few moments to breathe. You can let the eyes close. Just noticing how this work has impacted the body. As you're ready, we're going to make our way to table pose. So the head drops, the chin tucks, rolling down. You can pause on your way down. You can pause in your forward fold. You can arrive in table and take a few breaths. You're welcome to sit the hips back, finding a child's pose. So I'm going to demonstrate this next action, and then I will give you an opportunity to explore it on your own. Depending on the length of your dowel, that's going to impact what you can do and where you can go with this. But the intention here . Okay, can you all hear me now? Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Okay, so I will start this again. I don't know where I lost you. So you're going to use a dowel, and the length of your dowel is going to impact where this goes for you and in your own practice. In that last sequence, we did reverse warrior, and as kind of it wasn't my intention, but it just kind of arose. With that back hand, you were pressing the dowel down into the earth. So we're going to explore that a little bit, but we're going to have the dowel in front of us. I'm going to demonstrate, and then I'll give you an opportunity to explore it on your own. I have a short dowel, which is kind of limiting here, but it's fine. I'm going to walk my knees back. So the dowel comes to the earth right away. I'm kind of pushing the dowel down so I can walk my knees back. And then from here, you can explore with a little bit of a cat and cow action so that you can find neutral. So I'm looking to take the wrinkles out of the front and back body, and then I push down a little bit more strongly to lift my head. So I'm finding that press through the hands and arms, and then reaching to lower. We'll do a few with one hand on top and a few with the other hand on top. So with my hips over my knees, that was a lot on my arms and shoulders. So if you've got any arms and shoulder concerns, then sneak your knees a little bit closer. So you're moving a little bit more towards a child pose kind of shape in the lower body, less table. Good, yes, you got it, Jean. So I explored a little bit of cat and cow here to start. I always find that really interesting to help me figure out what's going on in my spine. And then from neutral, you're pushing the elbows are going to straighten. You're pushing the dowel down into the earth. And then can you use that energy to start to lift your gaze? So the arms press down. Yes. The shoulders lift. Good. And come back down. Take another round or two on that side with that hand on top. That was it, Jean. Yeah. And then switching sides. Yeah. So it's not just, you're not looking to go into a back bend here. So I'm not like just lifting the gaze, but I'm pressing down to the hands and arms. So the arms are coming to front body, to the front line of the body, the frontal plane, and then I'm dropping back down. Good. And then you'll take a second round with the opposite hand on top, because you probably have a more dominant hand and a less dominant hand. And again, if you're in a bit more of a hip hinge, meaning the knees are further forward, that takes some of the load out of the arms, take some of the weight off. Good. And then when you've had enough, just take a few breaths. Okay. I would like to offer one more variation. So we're kind of getting the arms. I'm trying to think if that is correct. We've moved the arms in many different ways. I would like to do one more overhead motion, but this is going to be on the belly, which makes it a little bit easier because there is less load. You're lifting less load, but this time you're going to be moving towards a back bend. So again, let me demonstrate. This is going to be our final, our peakish pose, okay? So you're going to be on your belly, still using the dowel out in front of you. I'm going to press my whole front body down. So my feet, my glutes engage. I'm moving the breath into back body. I'm lifting my head just so I can talk. But when I go into this, my head's going to drop. I'm going to push my hands, squeeze the dowel, push down to start to lift away from the earth. And then I'm going to walk my hands up to the dowel. And I push down to lift. And you can decide how far up you go, but don't go so high that you lose control on the way down. You want to work just as strongly on the way down as you did on the way up. Now, if you have concerns about moving into back bend, you are welcome to just stay here. Grab the dowel and push the dowel into the earth. You're going to feel that the whole front line of the body begin to engage and contract, which is quite beneficial. Good, very good. Try to straighten the arms here. Very nice. And you can explore a few rounds. Maybe as you come back down, you switch your hands. So again, you're just increasing the variation, making sure you're exploring both sides equally. Try not to overlift the head. Very nice, Jean. When you've had enough, take a few moments to rest on the belly. And then make your way to your back. bending your knees, returning the soles of the feet to the earth. We're going to return to the movement we did to start class. So if it takes you a moment, if you've got to make some adjustments, feel free. But beginning with the right arm, I'm going to keep the soles of both feet on the earth. Beginning with the right arm, you're going to allow the arm to lift to the ceiling and then lower it towards earth above the head, and then lift to the ceiling and lower it. And I'd like for you to become aware of how the right arm feels now as compared to when we first started. For the next few rounds, bring your attention to the torso. Can you keep the torso, the spine in neutral as you move the arm? Notice how that changes sensation, changes the difficulty. And if you're interested, you can extend the right leg out long. The next time you lower the right arm towards earth above the head, you're going to pause. Just breathe here, reaching from right toes to right fingers. Getting as long as you can on right side. And then we're going to switch sides. So releasing the right arm, rebending the right knee so a foot comes to the earth. Just take the left side. Beginning with your movement, noticing the difference from the start of practice to the end of practice. And then your attention on the torso, trying not to let the movement of the arm impact the torso. When you're ready, extending the left leg out long. Continuing to move the arm for a few more moments. And then next time the arm comes towards earth above the head, pause, reaching through the toes, reaching through the fingertips. Rebend the left knee, reaching the left arm up to the ceiling. Good way of taking a little bit of movement. I'd like to offer you the opportunity to take one last back bend here. And you've got a choice. You can just explore bridge, but if you're interested in moving towards wheel, you're welcome to do that as well. And if you're in bridge, again, feel free to reach the arms above the head, allowing them to rest on the earth, pressing down through the feet, lifting the hips. In this shape, can you move the breath into back body? Can you take the wrinkles out of back body? And if it's available to you, or if you're interested in exploring it, you're welcome to bring the hands to the earth on either side of the head, Beginning to explore the lift into a wheel pose. Coming out of it when you're ready. Taking a second round if you choose. And then returning to the earth, step your feet wide, let your knees rock from side to side. Crossing your right ankle over your left leg, continue to let your legs rock from side to side. When you're ready, uncrossing the leg, again, just let the legs rock from side to side. Crossing the left ankle over the right leg. Just continue to rock from side to side. If there are any final poses, any movements that you'd like to take to close out your practice, feel free. Otherwise, setting yourself up in a resting shape. Using whatever support, whatever props you need. Finding your breath. Beginning to reawaken to conscious breath. Returning to mindful movement. In your own time and in your own manner. Making your way back to upright. Taking a few moments when you arrive and seated to just return your attention to the breath. Just allowing for a transition back. Coming out of your practice, beginning to expand your awareness. Preparing to continue on with your day. Thank you all so much for joining me.